Peter Buswell here for DrVoIP.com. We're going to do an update for 2026 featuring Amazon Connect Conversational AI. We'll probably do this in 2 or 3 parts as it's a big subject, but Amazon has introduced a number of new um, features as early as January of 2026, and we're trying to draw a box around those features and help sort out how they're implemented and how they work. So this video is it's going to be interesting in terms of where you come from. If you are a generative AI developer using Bedrock, for example, an agent core or Crew AI or any of the other tools that you might have for building agentic applications, you're going to get a little confused looking at this new Amazon AI tool set inside Amazon Connect. But if you're an Amazon Connect engineer with no Gen AI experience, it probably would be easier for you to digest this material because you're not bogged down with generative AI concepts. So we're focused on if you're a Connect engineer, this will work. If you're a Gen AI developer, this will work. And if you're some business person who's trying to do this on a do-yourself basis, it may be interesting, but I think you're going to find it stupidly hard unless you have a real technical bend. So we've got some new tools in Amazon Connect. You're going to find something called Conversational AI, which, if you have any experience with Lex version 2, you're going to realize that it's just Lex version 2 with a new user interface where you build your LexBot right in Amazon Connect. You're also going to find the agent um, capability to build agents, prompts, and guardrails. Again, agents, prompts, and guardrails are terms known to people who have been involved in building generative AI applications. Um, they are similar, but not exactly the same. And that's probably why this feels harder than it should. So there's some new terminology, but the concepts are familiar. And it's a mystery to me why the marketing department continues to just use terms and apply them differently. I mean, for example, how many different ways can we say agent? When we say agent, are we talking about an artificial intelligence agent? Are we talking about a customer service rep who's working in the contact center? When we say prompt, are we talking about the audio prompt that you add to a contact flow to play an announcement? Or are we talking about prompts that control the action of agents? So that's why it's a little messy. The terms and the vocabulary overlap, and it can get a little confusing. There's an overlap between Connect AI, LexBots, and Bedrock, which is the artificial fully managed service option inside AWS services. Where does conversational AI run? Well, in building this using these tools inside Amazon Connect, you need to know that the tools are native to Amazon Connect. They don't involve Bedrock directly, maybe in the background, but you can't touch it. It executes inside contact flows. It's controlled by the Amazon Connect runtime engine, and it's optimized for live customer interactions. A useful model here is that Amazon Connect, you've got agents, prompts, and guardrails Lex style, intent, logic flow, and contact center flows. That all lives in Amazon Connect. If you're from a Bedrock background, you know that you're working with planning and reasoning. You've got tools and APIs. You've got RAG knowledge bases, policies, governance, observability, a much more sophisticated tool set to work with, and you're working in an entirely separate workspace. You're not inside Amazon Connect, though you might have a queue database, as they used to call it, when everything was queue inside Amazon Connect. Now it's called something else. You might point to a knowledge base in Bedrock, but all of your work was being done in Bedrock. So agents in Amazon Connect terms, a little different than agents in Bedrock terms or generative AI. These are task scoped conversational handlers. Okay, they're tools you're going to use to help handle conversations, and they're invoked in a contact flow. I'll show you that. We'll take a look at that. But you put these in your contact flows the way you previously put agent, excuse me, prompts and get customer input and those kinds of steps. There's no autonomous planning, no tool selection logic, no memory. And by the way, if that sentence does mean anything to you because you've come from Amazon Connect background, um, that's great. Don't worry about it. If you're coming from a Bedrock bound background, it's going to be a little confusing. So agent inside Amazon Connect doesn't mean the same thing as agent inside a generative AI application. So if you're expecting, crew AI or agent core behavior or strands agents or any of those kinds of tools, you're going to be disappointed. Um, we do have the concept of prompts, and that's probably the one characteristic that is the same. Prompts are used in this instance. Again, if you came from a Connect background, you think prompt is an audio file we're going to play to a caller. In the case of the AI tool set in uh, Amazon Connect, this new features, you're going to find that prompts mean they're a tool for shaping the tone and the verbosity of your agent's activity. And now I'm saying agent in the sense of the construction that we're going to use to control some activity inside the contact flow. So we can control the phrasing, we can limit the response, we can improve consistency. There is no prompt management flow that you might have expected if you came from a Bedrock background. But prompts can be very helpful. We also have guardrails. Guardrails are another concept. If you came from generative AI and Bedrock, you would know what guardrails are. Here in Amazon Connect, if you come from an Amazon Connect background, it's probably a new term. Guardrails are going to be safety nets that you put around your agent's activity. And again, I'm not talking about your customer service human agent. I'm talking about your contact flow agent to do filtering, to weed out any personally identified information that you might not want to expose to your caller. So a caller comes in and maybe you've got a conversational AI bot who's going to connect with a knowledge base that has your company data, and you don't want your company data to expose certain kinds of information because it's protected. Guardrails are going to help you enforce that. What conversational AI is excellent at? It's repeatable behavior for high volume interactions with low latency, and it provides a very safe customer experience, and it's repeatable. Every customer that calls into the contact center is going to have the same experience. Um, when would you use Bedrock? um, it's a that remains a point of debate. If you're building a contact flow in Amazon Connect that is going to use any of the resources that you might have previously used when they were called Q, Amazon Q, you will probably attach a knowledge base. To attach that knowledge base, you're going to have some contact with Bedrock because that's where you're going to go to set up the knowledge base. Again, a knowledge base is something that your customer service reps can query while they're talking to a customer to get information and get answers quickly to serve that customer and improve their experience. Um, that's entirely different than what you might do if you were building an agentic system in Bedrock, which has, tool orchestration, which knows how to uh, create a memory so that a customer interaction on Monday, if they call back in on Tuesday, we might, know they called Monday and have some memory about what they did and what they now, I know that that's going to get confusing for those of you who work in Bedrock, and it'll be new for you if you worked in Amazon Connect. So, Bedrock is going to be something that you build agentic applications for outside of the call center. And this feature set is for use inside the call center, and it has some limitations when you compare it to agentic build outs in Bedrock. So, how do you choose the right tool? I'm not going to beat on this because we're going to be focused on building tools inside Amazon Connect. And so, for that reason, I'm going to kind of gloss over the Bedrock pieces. We're going to do a live configuration in which we will build out um, a conversational AI bot. We'll create some interactions that require agents to do tools. So imagine a situation where a customer calls in, they ask your bot before they talk to an agent, excuse me, a customer service rep, they may ask the AI bot, hey, I want to check on an order status. Well, how are we going to look up that order status? That's something that an AI agent can do. That's a tool we can create. So we're going to show you how to do that and how to apply prompts, guardrails, and invoke that from a contact flow. We'll do that in part two, and it may be long enough that we have to do a part three. Right now, this is just an overview and an introduction, and I'm going to log you in here and just give you a quick review of the facilities inside the contact flow. And then in part two, we will do an actual implementation. When you log into Amazon Connect, the administration portal, you're going to find a lot of new features, new icons. Starting with this screen here, when you first log in, they're now making announcements, giving you access to blogs, um, and you'll find a lot of information here. That may or may not be of interest, but you get it anyway. Over here on the left side, all of your familiar icons are there, but you're going to see some new ones. Here's one here that's new. UI management enables you to create views and workspaces. Not all agents have to look at the same workspace. That's kind of interesting, but we're focused on the new AI features. So, for example, if you go down to flows, you're going to find that you've had flows before, you've had modules, you've had views. You're going to see a new guy here, conversational AI. And conversational AI, if you have built Lex version 2 bots, uh, as near as I can figure it, this is just a new user interface to build your Lex bots right here in the Amazon Connect administration portal. As I've said, we'll actually build one in part 2 of this presentation. Right now, I'm just giving you an overview. If you go here, you'll see something called the Agent Designer. And once again, there's an overview tab. It'll give you some information on AI agents. Again, vocabulary is just tongue tying. We have so many different ways. How many different ways can you say agent? Is really annoying. Are we talking about a human inside there? So in my presentation, I will say customer service rep rather than agent, just to avoid some confusion. We also have prompts here, and as I pointed out earlier, this is not audio prompts. This is prompts in the agentic sense. And there's some general information here. I have found that AI is moving so fast at AWS that sometimes the UI itself is changing on a daily basis. The features are way ahead of the documentation, I'll tell you that. The documentation on this feature set is just, uh, I think it's going to get better, but at the moment it's kind of mysterious. But at any rate, you'll go here, you'll find you have agents, prompts. Again, the word prompts here is AI prompts, not audio prompts. And you have your guardrails. If you go to agents, you're going to find that there are default agents, much the way in contact flows you had default uh, contact flow steps. And similarly, you could not really modify those. You would copy them and save as and make a modified version of that. That's what's going to happen here. You have these default agents, um, but they're going to be used unless you specify something different. But typically, you're going to create agents built on these templates. Same thing with your prompts. You're going to find that there's a default set of prompts. Again, prompts being a tool to control the verbosity and style of your AI agent. And you're also going to see that in the form of guardrails. So we will in part 2, and it may take 3 parts to get this all done. We will actually build out some contact flows and show you how all of this works. There are some other new features here um, you'll play around with. We're not going to focus on any of these because this presentation is based on the new AI features in Amazon Connect. So stay tuned for part 2, and we will get you spun up to speed as quickly as possible. That's a wrap for part 1 on conversational AI in Amazon Connect. In part 2, we'll build an actual Amazon Connect conversational AI bot, and it may take part 3 to get to the building of agents and tools, but we'll cover all of that. Hope you have found this informative, and thank you for viewing.